Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a regular plan with me for you guys. It's going to be kind of chatty because I asked some questions on Instagram, or asked if anyone had any questions on Instagram, and I had quite a few good ones pop up. So I thought I would just kind of plan and talk with you about that. Before I get too much into this, just in case you missed my announcement on Instagram and Facebook, I am pregnant, which is why I am on Instagram. I've been kind of quiet. I've had to miss a couple plan with me's. I am due September 2nd, which I work in the schools, so that's not like the most ideal time, but a baby happens when a baby happens. So I'm going to be using this Reading Daydream kit for you guys. It is a kawaii sub kit from Sweet Kawaii Design, and I believe this was January's, but I'm really bad. Unless Tasia puts a month on the kit itself, I don't ever remember. So I have not used this before, so let me just run through the kit with you guys. It is one of my favorites. The pastel colors are so pretty. Everything is just super nice and soft, so I love these checklists. There's actually room for quite a few things on there too. And then these full boxes. I love the little record player. I don't even have a cat, but I love the little cat in the sleeping bag. I love Frank on the book. I love everything. More full boxes and half boxes. And I love when Tasia does like an ombre color fade there. And then here are the icons and the deco typography. Weekend Banner, Habit Trackers, quarter boxes. Full page of half boxes. The date covers are super cute. They're little plants and books. And then the bottom washi it's amazing. So let's just get into this. So let me get my first question out. I'm just going to answer them in the order that I received them. And we'll just see how many we get through. And if we don't get through all of them today, then we'll just have more for next time. So someone wanted to know, and there's two questions that kind of go together, so I'm going to read them both. Will you be doing more Paint With Me videos? I enjoyed watching those. Also, will you do more unboxings of Let's Make Art? That is how I found your channel. So let me start with Let's Make Art. I started getting the watercolor subscription last spring, and I kept up with it through the summer because I don't work in the summer, so I had time to be able to do everything. Once school started back up, I really was no longer able to keep up with the weekly paint-alongs in the Facebook group and on YouTube, so I did have to quit or cancel my subscription to Let's Make Art. It had nothing to do with the quality of the products or the tutorials, because I think I talked about it enough. I loved it a lot, and I learned a lot with watercoloring. With that being said, I don't plan to reinstate my membership because, as I just mentioned, I'm pregnant and I struggle to find the time to get things done that I need to get done as it is. So those are my priorities. First is just taking care of my body and getting the house cleaned and working. So I probably won't be doing any more of the unboxings for Let's Make Art just because I'm not subscribed. That's not to say that I won't ever be resubscribed or I won't ever pick up a kit again. But as of right now, I have a stack of kits that I never used. So, and they all are summer or spring and summer themed. So we're starting to round the corner on that again. So as far as a Paint With Me, I could probably do more because maybe this summer, just because that seemed to be when I had the time to do them last year, if that makes sense. So I know quite a few people found my channel from the unboxings that I did, and I loved doing them. There's just so much stuff that I want to do. I'm just very busy. So I hope I answered that well enough. The next one, if you could do anything else besides OT, what would it be? So currently I am a pediatric occupational therapist in the school-based setting. And for those of you who may not know what that is, I work with students in the public education system. For those students, for the most part, are identified as in the special education program. And I primarily work on handwriting, legibility, but overall fine motor, visual motor, motor coordination concerns that impede a child's ability to be able to participate in their school and daily routine. So that is what I do right now. So if I were not doing that, which I will tell you, it is not what I went to school for originally. If I were not doing that, I would probably be doing what I went to school for originally, which was to become an early childhood teacher, so teaching preschool, or running a daycare in some facet. I worked in a daycare for, oh gosh, I don't even know, throughout high school, and then after high school I started working at Dick's Sporting Goods, which is where I met my husband, so I don't have any regrets about leaving the daycare to go do that. But I did end up back at that daycare, and I loved working at the daycare, so maybe I would be doing that. But I would say probably teaching in some facet. I went to school originally for early childhood. I didn't really know what that entailed, and it was in my first semester of college that I realized that the college that I was at was not for me, and it's not where I wanted to be. So I quickly changed my mind and switched to colleges and got into the occupational therapy assistant program. So, oh, I probably need to white that little gem out. So I love my job. I love what I do. I'm glad that this is the career path that I chose because I do love it. But love preschool. They're a lot of fun. They say some of the best things. So let me get the next one. I'm actually flying through these faster than I thought, which is nice. Do you love reading? How much? I know you participate in the Books and Planners book club, but you never talk about it. So I do love reading, and I will say that I loved reading a lot more when I was in middle school, high school. And I know I've talked to Darshell about this, but kind of like my love for reading died when I went to college, and you just have to read so much. And even if the textbook is the most intriguing and interesting thing you've ever read, being forced to read that much made me not have time to read for pleasure, but then it also just made me hate reading. So for me, when Darshell started her book club, I took advantage of that because I thought, wow, if I could just challenge myself to read one book a month with all these other people that are also reading the same book, then maybe it will help me stay motivated. I think it also helps that it is Darshell's book club, and I want to support my friends in every endeavor that they do. So I don't ever like to be the person that like gives up a book or doesn't have time to finish. I think November was the first month that I didn't finish a book from the book club. I don't know. I tried really hard. I have participated in some of the Creating and Co readathons, and I've mostly just read the group read. So Like I have mentioned, I am a pretty busy person. I have a lot of passions. I like to do a lot of different things. So I don't just come home from work and sit down and read. I enjoy working out to the extent of, like right now, my Ring Fit and going on runs. So I like doing that when I get home. I like spending time with my husband watching TV. I like being in my planner. So there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff that I would also like to do, if that makes sense. So I do love reading, but I'm not an avid reader at the level of Darshell or anyone who loves reading that much. So I know that's probably not like the best answer, but it's where I'm at right now. I would say I read on average 1 book a month, and then every now and then I surprise myself and I get really into a series, and I've read a couple more. I also like documentaries or biographies, not documentaries, biographies of people that I enjoy watching on TV, and yeah, I think that's about it though. So let me put my checklist down next. As far as not really talking about reading, you're right, I don't. I didn't know I had to, I guess. I don't post about it a lot on Instagram because I don't consider myself, that I just don't consider that like one of my biggest passions. So I try and post when I'm reading the book club books, but I don't know, that's about it. So right now I am reading The Rook for the Books and Planners book club. That's a hefty book, and I've been listening to it on audiobook, and that is painful. I'm struggling with it. I think I would really like this book if I had been able to sit down and just read it. I'm not so much into it as an audiobook though. There's a lot going on and it's hard to keep track of. I'm also reading a pregnancy book that I don't remember the name of right now because I have 3 and I'm just working my way through them. I am also doing a Phonics PLC book club for work. So I'm reading, essentially it's a book about phonics, and that is kind of hard because like I said, I'm an occupational therapist. I don't deal a lot with phonics, but I am trying to learn more about child's education because I think that that can only help me make me a better therapist. So those are the books that I'm reading now. So let me go on to the next question. What would your next tattoo be of? So I actually know what I want. If you guys follow me, you know my husband is getting his legs done right now, and they are Toy Story themed, and we have been trying to have a kid, so I knew like it's not my turn to have a tattoo. So we've just been letting him go. But we've talked about what I would get after we have the baby, and I really do want my shoulder, like almost like a half sleeve, to be Fox and the Hound themed. I know everyone's like, this is the saddest movie ever, why would you do that? I just really love that movie. So I think I've seen a couple pieces, and the lady that does my husband's tattoo is just amazing. She's like as big as a Disney fan as I am, so I think she would love, I already know she would love to do a Fox and the Hound piece. So that is what I want to get next. As far as tattoos that I already have, I know you guys can probably see like these. Well, I don't know if you can really see them all that much. This one is a matching tattoo that I got with my mom. It's the second matching tattoo that I got with her. It is my grandma's handwriting, and my grandma since passed. This is just one of those tattoos where you have to get just saved on it. But alcohol was involved, and it was a really expensive tattoo just to get because we were just like, why not? So it's an on the whim kind of tattoo, but I love it. And then I have my Simba, which is my favorite out of all of my tattoos. And then ones you don't see are on my feet. I have 2 on my feet. Oh, and I have 1 on my shoulder. I forgot about that one. I have 2 on my feet. I have a heart with a ladybug, and that was the first matching tattoo that I ever got with my mom, and that was to be in memory of my grandma. So I have that. And then when my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer, I went out and got a tattoo that says "Your battle is my battle" with the breast cancer ribbon. So that's what I have on my feet. And then when my mom passed, and actually I just got this done a year ago, I knew I wanted to get a tattoo in memory of her. So I have like a floral circle on my back, like a floral wreath kind of thing. And then in the middle it says "Your whole heart's a village." And that is some song lyrics by Cam and the song Village. And that is just one of the songs that I played on repeat after my mom passed and really helped me get through the emotions of losing my mom. And yeah, so I guess I don't see that one just because it's on the back of my shoulder, so I see Simba a lot more, and I love my Simba tattoo, but the one on my back is the most meaningful, I guess. Let me get this down straight. Now look up the next question. I'm gonna move to the bottom washi, I think. Sorry if you already answered this, but how did you get started with planning? So that is actually kind of a segue because I started planning in the summer of 2016 after my mom passed away. So I lost my mom when I was, 23, right? I think. Trying to do some like quick math in my head. But as you can kind of tell, I'm kind of stuffed up, so I feel very clouded right now. I believe I was 23 from breast cancer, and it was very sudden. She had been battling breast cancer, but was actually in remission. It was my spring break. She went into the hospital. They thought she just had pneumonia. Sent her home with oxygen because they just couldn't get her oxygen levels up, and my mom like begged and pleaded to be sent home. So they sent my mom home with oxygen, but ultimately she ended up back in the hospital, and she wasn't able to breathe very well and eventually ended up with heart issues, and that resulted in her passing. So in less than a week's time, I lost my mom. So it was very quick, all things considered, and it felt out of nowhere. Sorry, I'm just gonna stop planning for a second. So when I lost my mom, and I had already been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, I had a lot of guilt in how she passed away in our last conversation. I felt out of control with my life. I felt like I lost all control, and then I went into the summer, and I don't work in the summers, and I just felt like I'd wake up in the morning and just not even know, like, what am I even doing? If I don't have a job, because I had a job, but I don't work in the summer. So I just kind of felt like my days weren't structured, and I didn't know what I was doing. So my friend had been posting on Facebook about her Erin Condren, and I went on YouTube and I started Googling Erin Condren, watched all these unboxing videos and how people plan in them, and then it opened my world to like paper planning, and within a week I was like, I need to have one of these planners. I love stickers and I love planners, and I think this is what I need. And I hate being like this corny person, but I think it's changed my life. It's made me feel a lot better about myself. yeah, so that's how that's honestly how I got into planning. I've always used like an agenda in school and a day planner, kind of stuff like that, but to the extent of paper planning, it wasn't until the summer of 2016 because of my mom's passing, which is so weird because I feel like I used to scrapbook with my mom. I feel like this is something my mom really would have loved, and it feels so weird to not have shared any of this with her. It just it's hard to explain. It feels weird that this part of my life is something she's never, like, she never got to experience with me. So let's work on the sidebar real fast. I can kind of share my sidebars with you guys again. So this is what this week is looking like so far. I have my 3 habit trackers at the bottom, a dinner menu. This week I design baby stickers are only every other 2 weeks, so sometimes I just put a half box up here. I don't really know what to put up there, but I kind of like this layout. I don't have another this week sticker because I thought Tasia had them in the shop, but she doesn't. So I don't know if this is what I want to do. I don't know yet, so we'll see. So let me zoom you in a little bit. Forgot I was pretty zoomed out. What color? This dark pink. Do I have a dark pink? Schedule. Put that. Oh shoot, that is what I want, I think. Let's find a full box. That's what I was looking for. I'd like for it to be the dark pink. As far as like quote boxes go, it'd be like those, but yeah, I'll just pick this one to put up at the top because it's so cute. Sorry to go into such a a sad moment there. I've been pretty bummed lately since finding out that I'm pregnant, and like honestly, I went the longest time without feeling sad about not having my mom to tell, and then it's like it hit me out of nowhere and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have my mom to tell her that I'm pregnant. And so while I am so extremely happy to be pregnant, it's that part's been a little bit rough. Just because I wish she was here for that, you know? And even announcing it on Facebook and Instagram, like I was so excited to announce it that I wasn't even thinking about how like sad it would be, because I wasn't thinking about being sad. And then out of nowhere I was just like, oh my god, I just announced it, and then I'm seeing all these people that I associate with my mom, and I'm like, oh my god, this sucks over again. It's almost been 4 years, and there are days though that it just feels like you get punched in the face again. So I'm telling you guys, that is rough. But anyway, put the weekend banner down just because it's on the same page as the habit trackers. I have some amazing people in my life though that make it suck a little less that I don't have my mom. I have met people on Instagram because of planning. I have found Darshelle because of planning, and now we're pregnant together at like the same time, and that is just it's so crazy cool. Like I don't even know how else to explain it other than like I am so grateful to have Darshell. I am so grateful to have my coworkers and my friend Braylee and Stephanie, and I am blessed. I really do have some amazing people that check in on me constantly, so I don't know what my life would be like without them, and I don't anticipate ever finding out. So until then, I am just a super, super lucky person. Put down the sticker for dinners, and then I'll probably just write in, I think before, like on weeks that I didn't have a Sweet Car Design sticker, I've kind of done a couple of things. I just wrote in like Baby Lada is 9 weeks, so I might just write that in there in that space, but I'm not sure. I'm not sold yet on an idea. We just have 2 more questions, so I'm going to try and answer those as I'm going day by day. I don't know how well that's going to go, but we're going to try. So one says, why did you decide to do OT? So I've already mentioned that, sorry, I'm going to pull out bill stickers first and then I'll talk. I've already mentioned that I started going to school for early childhood, and it wasn't until my first semester of college that I decided that wasn't what I wanted to do. More so, I didn't want to be at that college. So less to do with early childhood, more to do with that specific college. But I decided to do OT for a couple of reasons. One of my mom's best friends is an OT in the schools, and so just being the exposure around her and the things she talked about, and that just how she discussed her job in general made me curious and want to learn more. And then, fun fact, guys, I have broken my right elbow 3 times, and because of that, I have needed occupational therapy on my elbow. So seeing how someone treated me when I was going through that, because I kind of had, not rare, but just a different situation regarding how my elbow healed, and literally she made my goal for therapy so that I would be able to take a shower and reach for the shampoo bottle without my elbow locking up. Because like what would happen is when I would go to extend my elbow, and I know you guys can't see this, I'd go to extend my elbow and my elbow would just like freeze and lock in place. I would have to fling my elbow back up, like my arm, like bend my arm and like slam it forward just to be able to move my elbow. And like I noticed it the most when I would be in the shower and I would go to reach for the shampoo and my hand would get like stuck. So that was my goal, and I was like, that's so cool that you get to work on a goal like that. That's what I wanted fixed, and she was able to work on that with me, which I thought was really cool. I need to get out a travel sticker. It's 2 weeks until vacation with Darshell. I'm so excited. It is going to be such a fun, quick trip, which I think is about all I can handle right now. How have I been doing? I feel like I've always had stuff on the bottom. I had a bill, put down a header, but that washi was bigger, or that bottom washi, yeah, was bigger, so let me get a header real fast. I thought I'd already put it aside, but apparently I have not. Actually, I think I have some really cute washi that will match this perfectly, so I'm gonna go grab that. I grabbed this washi from Simply Gilded. I'm just gonna run that along this space. Oh my goodness. So I was like, what was I talking about? But that is kind of how, when I realized that college wasn't where I wanted to be, I kind of had to pick a program at a college that I did want to be at, and occupational therapy was one of them. I did not completely understand the vastness of occupational therapy when I first started the program, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. But everything has worked out for the best. I love my job. I love working with kids. I got to kind of do, like, because it's in the medical realm and teaching at the same time. So I don't know. I really like my job, and I think I answered that question. At least to the best of my ability at this time. I'm trying to figure out if I like that there or not. Maybe I like it up a little higher. Like that. I don't know. For right now, we're going to leave it like that. Let me answer the last question here. How did you meet your husband? Oh, so I've already talked about that a little bit too. In between working at the daycare, I went to work at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I was a customer service specialist, I guess. I don't remember, but it's basically a cashier, but a customer service, and I had some more privileges. I had some more privileges than just a regular cashier. My husband was just a regular cashier, so I met my husband at Dick's. So there's, not like really like a super great story other than he hated me when I first started working there because I took the job he wanted. But I loved him because he had Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head tattooed on the back of his calves. And guys, like, I can't make this up because it makes me sound really, really dumb. But I legit turned to one of my coworkers and I was like, I'm gonna marry that guy someday, because the guy who loves Toy Story as much as I do is like the guy for me. And yeah, here we are. So we have been together for almost 9 years, and we have been married for over 4. So that is it. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do at this time, guys, is lay down the rest of my spread. I'm going to quit talking. My voice hurts very much. I'm going to just put down everything, and then at the end I will just run through my week with you as what I have going on. Alright guys, that is it for my week. So I'm done laying stickers down. And I'm just going to run you through my week. So I'm going to be tracking dinners here like normal. I went ahead and used an itty bitty Switch controller here. I want to see how many days I can do Ring Fit. If I go on walks or runs or do other things, that's great, but I want to just track the days that I can do Ring Fit because I think this might work better. Tracking my water and then my reading. I have an appointment on Monday. I do not expect to get an ultrasound, but just seeing this ultrasound sticker ties my brain to baby. So I'm going to be using these ultrasound stickers for pretty much all of baby related appointments just because that reminds me. I don't know. We got 2 weeks until vacay. $2 Tuesday, trash. I will be going to dinner at my dad's house the rest of that day, but other than that, I don't know. I need to charge my Fitbit. I have a lot of family related birthdays this week. So my brother-in-law's birthday is the 26th. I will be 13 weeks. I need to weigh in, and then whatever we do Wednesday night. Thursday, I have my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, and my grandma's birthday. I need to wash the guest bedding because we have some friends coming up this weekend to hang out with us. Do the budget. I have an early morning meeting, but that's not what this sticker is for because I don't track work meetings in this planner for the most part. So I'll be running by Starbucks in the morning before my early morning meeting. And then on this meeting is for an after school meeting. And when I put stuff in here, it's like I'm going to try and race home on Thursday before 3:30 so that I can just do the webinar from home. I need to close out a Color Street party. Freebie Friday. It is my husband's payday. Our friends are coming into town and we are going to be doing a dinner theater type thing that night, but I don't know the details or the time or anything, so I don't have any other stickers to go with it yet. Going on to Saturday, our friends are still going to be in town, but I forgot that Drew has a tattoo color session, so he's going to be going to that, and then we're going to be doing something else. I'm not really sure what else, but we're going to do something fun. And then Sunday, so I put this down as to film a plan with me, but I'm not going to be able to film my plan with me on any of these days. So I may be able to film it Friday when I get off work, but it'd probably be best if I film it earlier in the week, but this is kind of more of a placeholder and a reminder that I have to get that done. And then I'll put my upload there, and then it will do. But other than that, like, that's my week. And when I was putting down these cute little wacky holiday stickers, this pig is so cute, right? Like, I need a kit for the pig because it's super cute. So that is my week. I really love these colors. They're so pretty. So let me get out my freebies to share with you guys. So I PR for Little Pitty Paper, and you can use my code Kayla15 to get 15% off your order plus this freebie. And then here is my new Sweet Kawaii Design freebie. You can use my code Kayla10 to get 10% off your order plus this freebie. I love the design of the freebies this time, and I really love my stickers. So I feel like they're bigger too. I feel like you get bigger size stickers because the freebie's bigger. Maybe you don't, and that's just me, like, wishful thinking, but I super love this freebie. So that is it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts were on me answering the questions, and if I didn't answer everything exactly how you wanted to, comment down below and I will try and answer that better for you. And if you have any more questions, comment below and I will add those to my next video. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next week for a regular plan with me. Bye, guys.